Hey everybody, thank you for joining us today. My name is Nikita and I'm the product manager for Tax990. Today we're going to review the exclusive features that Tax990 offers that make us the market leader in e-filing the 990 series forms. If you have questions during the presentation, please add them to the chat and we'll address them at the end of the webinar. We do want to mention we are not tax advisors. We will not be providing specific tax advice. We will purely be discussing IRS e-filing requirements and the process of e-filing. For specific tax questions, please contact a tax professional. This presentation will be recorded and available at tax990.com. During today's webinar, we'll be discussing Tax990 filing features, Tax990 data features, the process of filing with Tax990, support tools, and we'll take a look at our upcoming webinars. Tax990 has made creating features to help streamline your filing process our main priority. We offer over 18 different features to help you through your annual filing process. Today, we're going to provide more information on a large majority of the current Tax990 features. We'll start by talking about the filing format options. Tax990 offers two options for completing your annual return. We have what we call an interview-based filing method or a form-based filing method. The interview-based filing method is a question and answer format, and your responses will generate the next necessary sections of the return. The form-based filing method is going to look very similar to the PDF of the form, and you'll complete it line by line. The example I have here on the screen is using our form-based filing format. And as I scroll down, you'll see that you'll complete the information on the lines specifically related to the part. And you'll work through the pages one at a time to complete the entire form and the necessary schedules, which you'll see down here at the bottom. Our interview-based filing format will look more of a question and answer process. As you can see here, we have our listed categories. And as we work through the form, we'll answer question based on those categories. And depending on how we provide an answer, the next section will generate automatically. And it'll work that way through the entire form. Moving on, we also have the option to purchase credits in your Tax990 account. Credits are basically pre-purchasing your form in a bulk amount to save you money and to reduce the amount of time spent entering credit card information every time you process a return. Credits are beneficial towards tax preparer accounts who are preparing forms for other organizations or for accounts that are managing multiple organizations. The credits do not expire, and they remain in your account until you use them. Tax990 is SOC 2 certified, which means that we go through very vigorous training and audits each year to ensure that your data is as secure as possible. We recently released the option to download a public disclosure document in your Tax990 account once your form is accepted. The public disclosure document will be all of your information reported on your return without listing the Schedule B contributor names and addresses, so you can share this information with the public. So when you open your account, you can access that public disclosure document from the 990 series tab at the upper right of your screen. And by choosing the organization and the tax year and reference, and your public disclosure document will be available here. Again, that just means that the Schedule B names and contributors are not on the form. Your your professional copy PDF will still be available with all of the necessary information that was reported to the IRS. So going back to our features here, we also offer the option to file for the current and 2 prior years at all times. So right now, we support filing for tax years 2021, 2022, and 2023. And all of the forms that you've filed with Tax990 will remain in your account. So even if it's several years later and you need to access one of those documents, all of those records will be maintained in your Tax990 account. Tax990 offers the option to file an amended return. So if you filed the original return and it's been accepted and you notice an error was made, you can file an amendment to the originally accepted return, even if you didn't file the original form with Tax990. So if you did file the original form with Tax990, you would be able to just go in and click amended return. If you did not file the original form with Tax990, you would want to use our form-based filing format and indicate that it is an amended return in the top section of the first page of the form. As I mentioned just a moment ago, we offer the option to download a professional copy of your PDF of the return. Now you can download this PDF while you work on the form, and there will be a watermark on it that just says draft PDF, and this just means it's a draft copy of your form. Once you transmit the form to the IRS, you will get a professional copy in your account without the watermark, so you can download that and keep it for your paper records. We also provide a form status update with each step of the process. So when you transmit your return to the IRS, you'll be notified in your account and with an email to indicate the form was transmitted. When the IRS accepts the return, again, you'll be notified via email, and you'll have an update in your account to indicate the form has been accepted. If for some reason the form is rejected, you will be notified with an email, and you'll be able to review the rejection in your account and retransmit the return. So with each step of the filing process, you will get those updates. We have what's called an internal audit, which means we confirm that your form meets IRS guidelines prior to transmitting it. Really, that just makes sure that you've met all of the IRS form instructions and you didn't leave a box blank that the IRS requires to be completed, that your calculations are all accurate based on the information you've provided, and that all of the necessary schedules have generated based on the information you've provided. So you're not transmitting an incomplete return. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a minute. We also offer an autosave feature, which means that as you work through the return, the form information saves automatically. So when you input your data and you move on or you exit out of the screen, it's going to save right where you left off. So next time you come back to your account, you'll be able to pick up right where you left off. We understand that it's a lengthy process to complete these forms, and we want to allow you as much time as necessary to do that. So that autosave feature is really helpful. You don't have to click save and continue for it to save. There's no specific save button in order for it to save your data. Now, as I mentioned, I wanted to show you the internal audit. So when you work through the form, you'll be able to view these audit errors here on the right side by clicking this little warning icon. And when you fix each of these errors and press refresh, they'll slowly start to go away. For example, this first error is just indicating that I did not complete Schedule B or indicate that I didn't need Schedule B. So I need to do one or the other. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate I don't need Schedule B. I'm going to refresh that error, and now it's gone away. The next error is indicating that I have to add some information to a section. So if I click Fix Error, it'll take me to that necessary part where I can indicate my response and click Refresh, and again, that error is gone. So you'll be able to work through those errors one by one, and once you complete that, it'll say no more errors found, and you can proceed with your filing. Now we're going to talk about some of the other features with retransmitting. So as I mentioned, if your return is rejected by the IRS, you'll be notified of the rejection and the reason that it was rejected. So if for some reason the form is rejected, let's say due to your tax year provided, you input the wrong tax year for the organization and the IRS rejected the return. So you'll get an email to indicate that the form was rejected. You'll be able to go into your Tax990 account and click Rejected by the IRS. And you'll be able to edit and retransmit that rejected return at no additional charge, as long as you're filing the same form and tax year. Other reasons a form may be rejected: if you used the incorrect tax exempt status, if you said you were a 501c4 and you meant to put 501c3. You can just go in and edit that tax exempt status and retransmit your form to the IRS. And there is no additional charge for that. And you'll be notified when the IRS provides another status update. One of our leading features that Tax990 offers, if you call it a feature, is the customer support. We do have live customer support available to you to assist with understanding an audit error or navigation or answering questions. As I've mentioned, we cannot provide direct tax advice, but we are happy to assist you in understanding different navigation and processes and provide some guidance. We are available using phone support, email support, or chat support. And we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a few more slides, but definitely take advantage of our customer support team if you run into any issues while completing your form. We offer a bulk upload option for specific sections of the return, such as Schedule B contributors. If you have a large amount of Schedule B contributors to add, you can use our bulk upload template. Complete the template with all of the contributor information. It's just an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can upload it to your form and it will generate all of those line items for you on the form itself. As mentioned, the security is a very high priority for us, so we do offer two-factor authentication to access your account. You would be able to set up an app from your phone and get a two-factor authentication number each time you log in for an added security. Our staff and reviewer access is a really neat feature for those of you that are filing multiple returns or just need further assistance or another set of eyes on the form. This allows the main account holder to share the return with other individuals. Whether that be a staff member, they can share it with them to get assistance in completing the form, or you can share the return with other members of the organization just so they can take a look at it and review the form prior to you transmitting it. Lastly, we have our copy prior year feature. So a lot of your information remains the same from year to year. So with Tax990, if you're filing the same form type and the same filing format, meaning you're filing the same interview-based form to interview-based form, or you filed a form-based last year and you're filing form-based this year, you can choose to pull some of your data from last year and it'll automatically generate on your current year return to save you a little bit of time. Since the IRS has mandated e-filing, your organization must use an e-file provider to complete and transmit your return. The IRS mandates that all 990 forms be filed electronically. So choosing an IRS authorized provider is crucial. However, you should also keep in mind that the features and tools they offer are also important to making the right choice for your organization. Just like choosing a technology-driven accounting software, choosing an e-file provider that meets your needs will streamline your reporting. Tax990 is an IRS authorized e-file provider with over a decade of experience e-filing tax forms. Collectively, Tax990 and its sister products offer the option to e-file over 70 different tax forms, including business tax forms like the 1099s, W-2s, and 941s, ACA forms such as the 1094 and 1095s, and several other form options with Tax Bandits and ACA-wise. For more information on our other solutions, please reach out to our team and we'd be happy to guide you in that direction. Filing a return with Tax990 can be done in just a few simple steps. Once you've created your account and added your organization, you'll choose the form you need to file. Using one of our 2 available filing format options, you'll add all of the necessary information to the return. Once you complete the return, Tax990 will confirm the form and information provided has met all of the IRS form instructions using our internal audit. And when you've cleared your audit errors, you'll have the option to share the return as necessary. The final step is transmitting the form to the IRS. As I mentioned, if you have questions along the way, we offer customer support that's dedicated, personalized, and available. We focus on your account and the questions you specifically have. And you won't need to be on hold for several hours or be put on a callback list. When you need assistance with your return, you can give us a call or reach out via chat or email. We are here to help you along the way. Keep in mind, as the May 15th deadline approaches, our wait times may be longer, but you can get started on your annual return now. Tax990, the team here has put a lot of work into providing you with the best resources. You can review our knowledge base to get quick answers to common questions related to the filing process, form information, or filing requirements. You can also check out our YouTube and blog channels for helpful step-by-step guides and instructions. Leading up to the May 15th filing deadline, we will be hosting a webinar bootcamp every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to focus on specific topics related to the 990 series filing. You can visit tax990.com/webinars to register for any upcoming webinar that relates to your filing requirements or to learn more about filing with Tax990. If you are unable to attend any of our webinars, we will post them all on our website after they air live. And they'll just be short 20-minute topic focused trainings, such as today's short 20-minute focus on our features. So next week we will be talking about the 990N and the filing process for that form with Tax990. We'll go ahead and do a quick Q&A, so if you want to take a minute to post your questions in the chat, we'll go ahead and answer a few of those live. If we do not get to your question today, please reach out to our support team at support@tax990.com. We'll also send a follow-up email if we are unable to review your questions live. Like I mentioned, we do want to keep these webinars to around 20 minutes. So we may not be able to answer all of the questions live today, but we will follow up with you if we aren't able to get to them. I'll give you just 1 minute to post those questions. Okay, we have Courtney who is wondering who is able to sign the 990 series form by e-file. So we did not talk about the signature process, but with Tax990 we do offer the 8453TE form that can be electronically signed. The process is built into your account process, so it's very simple and streamlined. It's up to you and your organization who signs that. We would not be able to directly inform you of who would be responsible for signing. Okay, Clark is wondering if using the staff access, can the main account holder still transmit the form? That's a great question. Yes, so if you're providing your staff access to an organization and they complete a form, you as the main account holder still are able to access anything that staff is doing from your main account. So if your staff doesn't transmit from their account, you can log into your admin account and complete and transmit that form. If you have any other questions on that staff access, please send us an email or give us a call and we'd be happy to walk you through that in a little more detail. Megan's wondering if you can switch between the filing formats. We do get that question a lot. At this time, we do not offer the option to switch between filing formats. If you start in one format and you choose to switch, you will start over on the form. So essentially, you'd be deleting the form and starting a new one. Kelsey is wondering how long it takes for a return to get accepted. Typically, it's 24 to 48 hours for the IRS to provide a status update. Usually during the busier seasons like the May deadline, because it's such a significant deadline, it does take a little bit longer, up to a couple of days, which again is why you should get started now, just so you can receive that status update at a quicker turnaround time. Let's see, Clark is again wondering what the registration fee is. So there is no registration fee to use Tax990. We do have a per form filing fee, which means you pay only when you transmit a form, and each form has an associated cost. You can check out more information on our per form pricing at tax990.com/pricing, or you can send us an email, give us a call. We'd be happy to give you more information on that. All right, I think that about sums up our question time for today. Again, if we didn't get to your question, we will send an email follow-up here shortly. If you have any additional questions that you didn't post in the chat today, please send them to us, support@tax990.com, or you can give us a phone call. I will send out an email later today with a copy of this webinar, so you'll have that content as well that you can review at a later time if you need to. But thanks everybody for joining us. Next week, again, we'll talk about the 990N, so please join that one if that's a form that you need to file or just want more information on. You guys have a great rest of your day.